Hello and welcome to my show today. Today I just want to speak from my heart pertaining to some things that's surrounding the Juanita Bynum court case, things that are going on. I just want to first of all say that I send out love to Juanita Bynum. My prayer is that she is strengthened and that she obtains complete healing in every area of her life. Now, I just want to ask you, each woman that is viewing this program today, I want to ask you a few questions. Have you ever dreamed of having this beautiful fairy tale or even a garden wedding, whatever type of wedding you want? Have you ever dreamed of having a special wedding? Or have you ever dreamed or desired to have a mate that you can be bare with, you can be just raw, whoever you are with, and feel safe and comforted? Have you ever dreamed of being with a man who loves you and you grow old with him and he grows old with you and you share that love? Well, we all have. Every woman, most women, desire to be loved. Women desire love. And Juanita Bynum is no different. It doesn't matter what the titles are in front of her name. It doesn't matter if it says Prophetess Bynum. It doesn't matter if it says Dr. Bynum. It doesn't matter if it's Mrs. or Ms. Bynum. She is a being of God. She's first spirit. That's the being. And then she's human, which means she has emotions and feelings, just like you and I. We all are human beings. With no titles, we're human beings. With no accolades, we're human beings. Sometimes we as women have difficult time first being who we are, inwardly being at peace with who we are, because we have a past. And in the past, especially in our childhood, there is abuse. There's physical, sexual abuse. For me, I've dealt with the physical, sexual, and emotional abuse from family members and people who said that they loved me. So I completely understand and have compassion for her, understanding that with abuse, it's something that you have to walk out, and healing has to take place within you first, or you will attract abusive people. So that really is something that my heart is, I guess, is just almost torn in pieces for her, because I do understand where she's living within right now. Does that surprise you that she was feeling like she wanted to commit suicide? How many women out there who have been abused and broken and torn and literally stripped felt like everything that was about you was torn to pieces, and that you were so numb, you didn't even feel like you existed, and your mind wandered off into suicidal thoughts? Well, I've been there. I understand that. That's a pain that only God himself can walk in and actually touch and make better. And he uses people. He uses people to do that as well. Sometimes God's presence comes right in and helps you right out, and then there's times when he sends the right person who just stands right there and walks you through. You know, life in and of itself has many, many challenges. It really does. And for women, it's sometimes very harsh. Sometimes the world doesn't seem fair, and sometimes how we are perceived is not just. Sometimes we get bad men, or we attract bad men. Sometimes we attract to us wrong types of people, and we keep getting this roller coaster ride of pain, sorrow. And oftentimes it's because there is pain and sorrow from their childhood, and you just believe that that's normal. There is a normality to it that comes in your life. People on the outside can see that's not normal, but you who have lived in it for a long time, whether it's emotional abuse, someone verbally abusing you, if you constantly hear over and over and over again that you are stupid, you know what you're going to believe? You're stupid. You're going to start saying that about yourself. I'm stupid. If you constantly believe that you're ugly, like I used to hear over and over and over again, you're ugly, you have big teeth, your knees are knobby, you're too skinny, you know, over and over and over again. You believe that you're ugly. But the people on the outside may see differently. I had to work that out in me over and over again, saying, no, I'm beautiful, and I'm wonderfully made. So Juanita Bynum, without all of the titles and accolades, we place people so high on pedestals that when you see them bare, you don't like what you see because it's not perfect, especially in religious organizations. Religious organizations have a habit of having leaders placed so high that they're no longer tangible, they can't be touched, they can't be reached. And not only that, they are secluded. I've been there. Okay? I've been in ministry for most of my life. In some form of leadership, in some form of capacity. In ministry, I have been a leader somewhere, whether it's an associate pastor, women's, it doesn't matter. I've been a leader for many, many years, and I'm getting ready to turn 41 soon. So I totally understand that language. I understand that walk. It's a very thin line for most women. It's a very thin line for most women. It's women in the church arena. There's a lot of hush-hush and a lot of secrets that must be kept. Lock it up. Hold it inside. Even if you're being abused, even if you're being taken for granted, take it. Walk it out. Let it go. All those things. We sometimes don't have the right to feel or even express. But I'm so glad that I understand that it's not religion that God or Jesus himself was trying to establish in the world. He was trying to establish right relationships. Right relationship with him, us with him, and he with us, and us establish right relationships with one another. Now I just want to say, for all of you who have bashed this woman, have talked negatively and harshly and cruel of her, and said she deserved it, or she's doing whatever she's doing for more money, whatever your negative words are that have come out of your mouth. You know what? You really don't know what you're saying. You don't know what you're saying, especially if you haven't walked through it, if you haven't lived through it, if you've never been beat down, slapped down, if you've never been kicked on, if you've never been told every day that you're no good, that you're ugly, you're this, those scars that have been told emotionally and fed to your emotions are far more damaging than being beaten. See, the scars, when you get hit by someone physically, they heal over. But the inner scars are the words. Words are so powerful. They're full of life, or they can bring death, even to a human spirit. So why wouldn't she think or feel as though to die? How many words that maybe she's heard over and over again? You don't know. We haven't been there. I just want to encourage you, and I will share another part, 2-part, maybe 3-part. There's a lot on my heart. But I just would like to say to you, the ones who are listening under the sound of my voice, if you have any compassion at all, pray. If you have any concerns, pray. Bring her up before God and say, Lord, help her. If that's all you can say, then so be it. God help her. We all need help. Every last one of us need help in our lives at one point or another. I don't care if you are the richest person on the earth. Money cannot fulfill you totally emotionally. There are other needs in there that maybe your money cannot buy. I just would like to say I love you, and please write me at www.theinashow.com. And I look forward to chatting with you again. Until then, love one another.